Hey everyone! So, with the coronavirus all over the news, it's kind of tricky to know which way to proceed. Our family is self quarantining, and I want to share how and why. So, first of all, my prayers and utmost respect and gratitude go out to all those who are being directly impacted and who are on the front lines helping in this crisis situation. And I am praying for our community, our state, our country, the whole world. And I appreciate those who are, stepping forward in this time of need. So our family is self-quarantining, and no, we are not sick. And as far as I know, I guess I don't know if we have been exposed. We are healthy right now. But why we are self-quarantining is, in short, I want to do our part to help that matter. And I think unprecedented times call for unprecedented actions. And I am not so much worried about us getting sick or our reaction if we do catch it, but more so the bigger picture on how we can contribute to slowing the spread of germs, therefore flattening the curve. I don't have any skill set in the healthcare profession, and so I would not be able to, step forward and help in any medical capacity. But what I can do is just stay home, since many doctors are recommending that. And for anybody who's maybe skeptical about what to do at this point, my approach has been that I'd rather overreact than underreact. And somebody pointed out, if we underreact, it's probably going to become obvious, and if we overreact, we might not ever know. I made that call for our family Thursday morning. So after the president addressed our nation, I started reading more and looking into this more. I'd been vaguely following the news around the world. I also figure that us staying home isn't really hurting anyone, but us going out and about might. And we're living history, right? We've never seen the cancellations of this scope or the recommendations on this level. It makes me think, okay, I can do my part to keep my family home and sacrifice some things. So I guess that's the why. So let's see, how are we doing that? What does it really look like? First of all, two things. I've seen a few jokes floating around on the internet about rural America or living on a farm or ranch. And so I am the wife of a rancher, and we live a long ways from anywhere. And so for starters, that in and of itself could probably be classified as social distancing. We're 90 miles from a town that's big enough to have a Walmart or a Target. We're 15 miles from a small grocery store or gas station. So we are kind of out in the middle of nowhere as is. And they joke that we're prepared for this, and I guess in some regard that would be true. And then secondly, I've seen jokes about stay-at-home moms or moms that work from home and how we're prepared for this, and how true could that be. So I have been fortunate to work from home. I have a computer-based role where I have worked with kiddos underfoot and run around, and so I can't wait to share more tips about that. We don't have outside childcare or daycare, so I had our daughter. Our baby was born last February. She's already over a year old now. Here we are now with this unique circumstance. And so yes, when I think about how am I able to officially declare a quarantine on our family, it's like we're already social distancing and I've already been working from home. So how else are we tweaking this to really be home all the time? There's kind of four main ways. Okay, so first of all, we cleared our schedule and accepted the disappointments. There are things that we haven't attended, and there are things that we've altered, so moved to be online, or just had to put things on the back burner, move them ahead in my planner towards a few weeks or months down the road, a later unknown time that I'll do those things out in public, and for right now they're just off the table. We also just shared that plan with our family too. So how are we staying home? It's announcing and being confident that we're making the right choice for our family, and that is by letting our loved ones know that we'll be happy to visit on the phone instead of in person for at least the near future. And secondly, of course, we stocked up, and I don't think this is necessarily that much different than how we have operated in the past. I ordered some pantry items off of Amazon. We got fresh produce from our local grocery store. I did go ahead and freeze a few items that I wouldn't normally freeze, like a loaf of bread and a gallon of milk. We'll see how that turns out. Fortunately, we do have a deep freeze and then a refrigerator out in the garage and in the house, so we do have plenty of space to freeze extra stuff. I have always kept a good supply of things on hand, and now maybe we've added a little bit extra padding there. We also have swans come out once a month, and it just so happened that this week was our scheduled time for swans. We've also had to adjust our routine. So knowing that Jed is home for, we're not sure how long, we are adjusting to the new normal. And I, as a former teacher, do find joy in being able to educate and teach. We don't necessarily have a schedule, but we do have a routine. So we're going to do similar things in the same order each day. And we'll try to keep our meals and snacks about the same time so that that's predictable, and instead of just free-for-all snacks and food all the time. Kids thrive on routine, and honestly, as adults, when we can't control what's happening in our world right now, we can find some peace in creating that routine in our own homes. Okay, and more to come on that. I can't wait to share more on what it looks like to work from home with kiddos around. And lastly, we tidied up our space. I can't wait to share more about this too, but we have found that when our home is clear of clutter and whatnot, we can just function and work better. I can't wait to share more tips on how to make our spaces work for us so that we can be the most productive. So productive pointers. So I guess that's how it's been looking for us to quarantine so far. We are unsure how long this will be, as is the rest of the world. So I am confident in our decision and wanted to share in case it can help somebody else in making that choice for your family. If you're able, we can contribute to the situation by being home, social distancing, or self-quarantining. And I look forward to sharing more pointers on how to be productive in an environment that is new or unfamiliar, with kids everywhere and trying to work from home and all that jazz. So I hope you will hit the subscribe button. Go ahead, do it now. Click subscribe down on your screen down below this video so that we can stay connected and help support each other through this crazy time. Let's talk more soon.